Welcome to the channel. Another vlog is coming at you. We finally got the oil changed in the Camaro. We were almost about 2,000 miles overdue, which is, I never do that, but all this COVID stuff happened and shut down, and so I just kind of drove it. But we are currently waiting on the bumpers to come back from powder coat. And with that being said, the truck is still not intact. It is still over here apart. No grill, no front bumper, no rear bumper. All that stuff's still off. But I do have some more parts that we're going to stick on in the meantime. And I think it's really going to pull this truck together all around. So just looking at it right here, I mean, I think it's really going to make it pop. So what we're doing today is we're going to be putting on some cab lights, and these are going to be, I've seen a lot of people do the Mopar kit, and that's just a stock base kit, comes with the template, I guess. We're going to be doing a smoked out RECON kit, which comes with the lights, the whole wiring kit, and I had to order a template separately because I think it's going to make it 10 times easier than trying to measure everything out. So obviously we have our, I think, little Sirius XM thing up on the top. I believe that's what this thing is for. That shouldn't interfere, but because I know some of them have a little shark fin that go right there as well. So again, that shouldn't interfere. I'm really hoping it doesn't now that I'm looking at it, because it kind of looks like that might be where one of the lights are, but I don't know at this point. But I know we got to get the headliner down, get all that stuff, deal with all that, and then put our template up on the top, and then we can roll with it from there. So we'll open everything up, I'll get the truck pulled over to the shop, and we will begin the process of making this truck look better. So in here we have our template, and I didn't open that yet. These I opened and just to look at them, but we'll pull them out here so you guys can all see what they look like. Fancy instructions that are going to give us all our measurements, which hopefully we don't need. And I believe the wires are tucked underneath. There's the whole kit. Comes with all that stuff that you need, your screws, all that. I have heard of people having to do longer screws, so hopefully we don't have to do that. Now obviously there's a plastic on them, but if you've seen the stock ones, which are kind of like that, here you can kind of see what these are going to look like. And I didn't read in the instructions or anything how these are going to really wire up or anything like that, but just setting it up there right now, again, I have no idea if that's where that goes, but I think it's really going to pull the truck together because of the truck being a dark gray, and these are going to be a smoked color, so I really think it's going to look good. One could hope anyway. So we're going to tear into this and we're going to go through the instructions, and I know they're going to have us pull down the headliner. We're going to lay the template out, and then we'll go from there and we'll see how well this goes. And also, if you didn't see the video with the third brake light, be sure to check that out. Very easy install, short video, and it so far so good. So far it's working, so definitely check that out. I'll put a link for that right up here. So let's go. I knew it from the moment I got these and watched and reading these and stuff and watching other videos on installing these, that we were gonna have to remove the headliner, which in doing that you have to remove your pillars. And if you guys did not see the video where I had this pillar off, which would be this bad boy with all gauges and 10 million wires, which the majority of the wires are down in here, I really don't want to have to take this back apart, but it shouldn't really be too bad. We should just have that one bolt, and then we should be able to drop it down, and we shouldn't have to take it out completely. That's annoying. So hopefully it should be cut and dry. We'll see how it goes. But we're gonna start according to the directions. We're gonna start by taking off both the pillars. We're moving the driver's side and passenger visors. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to remove the center console with the lights at the top. So we'll do all that, and then we will group back up and see what the next step is. Yeah, the next step is telling us to the overhead display. That's kind of, and then we have to remove the door pillars. So I'll get around and do all that, and then we'll go from there. They do tell you to take that apart and pull that out and unplug it, but as you can see, it's already loose, so there's really no reason for me to pull that out. I'm gonna let that intact because I've heard there's been trouble and problems with those when you try and take them apart. So with that being said, we just gotta remove the door pillars yet, and then we're ready to rock and roll. Now, if you're doing this on a 4th gen, this is the 2018, I believe the year goes from 2003 or 2007. I think it's 2003 and up, if I am correct about that. So right there you can see, yeah, it's 2003. They have 2003 to 17, but it's gonna be the same. So the instructions are showing it for a different model year. Some of the stuff's a little different. So in order to get this stuff off here, basically what you're gonna do, pop these clips. These are 10mm inside here, top and bottom. That's pretty easy. Then this clip right here goes over the seatbelt here. So you'll push in those buttons and pop that off. And then there's a Torx T50 that goes in there. And then what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna grab the black part here on both sides and pop that off, okay? And your seatbelt is gonna try and grab it, pull it back, so be it. Then you can take this, you're gonna pop it out down at the bottom here, maybe. 1, 2, pop it down, because you do have a clip up here. If you can see that little angle on it, you don't wanna snap that off. And then you can just kind of let the whole thing hang there. The other side's done, and I do believe we may or may not have to pop it out of the stripping here. I'm not sure. I believe it's not in very much, so it should come out. Double check the instructions, make sure there's nothing else we have to take down. I don't think any of this stuff has to come off because I don't think we're taking the whole thing down. I think we're just gonna try and hang it enough that we can get up in there and work, but we'll see what happens and we'll see what it looks like. And we may have to take it down, we may not have to, I don't know at this point, but we're gonna roll with it and see what happens. So just after you take those off on the back doors, I guess, the pillars, it's just a matter of coming up here and pulling it down. You can see it's not in there very much. Just grab it, pull it down very gently, and the whole thing will kind of come down. And same thing for the other side. And honestly, at this point, I don't think we really have to do anything else. If I was worried about it, I could lower the seats back a little bit more or pop off the headrests, and that would get me a little bit more room. And I might just do that just to get a little bit more room to work up there. I don't want it to kink back here in the back. So you definitely don't want it to kink your headliner at all. And so far I don't see any cracks of it creasing or any of that. So the stuff is just kind of like foam. So you don't want to crease it too hard and put too much pressure on it. But hopefully I can work with it that way. If not, I'll probably pull the headrests off or at least lower the seats back a little bit further, and that might help me a little bit. These will kind of come out of the way. So we should be golden. So we'll get that stuff done, check the instructions, and see where we're at after that. And we're kind of moving along here pretty quick. And here's where they give you the measurements. So at this point, I think we can pretty much throw that away. We don't need any of this. And honestly, I think this is gonna go quicker and easier than the gauge install video. And if you didn't see that, I will also put that up in the up in here. And that was a fiasco because we had to order parts like 2-3 times. That was, I don't even want to talk about it. It was that bad. So hopefully this will be easier. Hopefully it'll be quicker. I'm hoping I don't have to get automotive wire, but I might, and I might still have some, so I don't know. We're gonna try and see what we can do with that, lower the seats a little bit, get a little bit more working room, and then, like I said earlier, I have not opened this up yet, and it says do not bend, so hopefully they did not do that, which doesn't look like they did. So we'll do that, we'll get this set up, and then we can start drilling some holes. So it's a very scary moment, but a very strong moment too, that I can't wait to get these on here. So let's go. All right, so now that we got the headliner down, come over to our template here, and you're gonna have to cut this little triangular piece out as well as up at the top on both sides. And that's gonna allow you to line it up on the top of your cab. It's pretty much foolproof. If you mess this up, then I really can't help you at this point. I don't know what to tell you. It's pretty straightforward. They do send measurements with the directions, but this is 10 times easier. I got this from a guy on eBay who's selling them, sells them for first gens, second gens, third gens, fourth gens, all the way up. So, and these are all OEM specs, so this should make it really easy. Tells the dimensions of the drill bit size, where you need them. It's going to be super easy. It's going to cut this time in half since I don't have to measure anything. So we'll get that taped up there, hopefully get everything situated where I need it, and hopefully that Sirius XM thing box up there isn't in the way. So we'll get it taped up there, and hopefully it works. So after some fine tuning, and you might have a shark fin or this little box here on your roof, just cut that out. It's not gonna interfere with anything. I cut a little big because I didn't have it quite positioned right, but whatever, it'll still work. So I do believe that we have it positioned correctly. You're gonna put this little arrow basically to the edge of your windshield or the edge of your roof line. And these, it's 3 inches on each side, or I shouldn't say 3 inches, but the number 3 here with this little line is right around the gasket on each side. And just looking at them, they do look relatively good for where they're positioned. It's hard to tell down here, but you can just kind of see them. And if anything, they might be a tad low, but I have the arrows and stuff right where they need to be. So I don't think they're really low. It just kind of looks that way, giving me the impression, because I don't have cab lights, so it does kind of looks weird. So as you can see, number 3 right there again. This one's down the same spot. So what we can do at this point is get our drill and our drill bits ready to drill through the roof. And I can honestly say I'm not looking forward to it. So let's hope it goes smooth, easy, and we don't run into too many problems. So let's go. Now it kind of may be a pain, but I would suggest pulling this wire down, because it does look like the 3 that are closest to the windshield will be coming down, drilling through this thicker plate here. And this wire is actually put in these holes up here with the clips, and it's kind of close to the roof. So I would just recommend pulling that down so you don't, for whatever reason, drill through it, because it wouldn't be a good day. And you don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. Not that I really use it, because I'm pretty sure it's for Sirius XM, Sirius radio or whatever, but I don't use it. So it's not a big deal to me, but I'd still rather not drill through it, whatever it is. So we're gonna try and get some drill bits around and get some holes. So let's go. All right, boys and girls, we are ready to destroy the truck. And got our good old 1/4 inch brand spanking new drill bit, and we're gonna drill some holes. Man, I am not ready for this. Not ready for this. All right, here we go. Can't. I just can't. So all the holes are drilled in. I changed up the size a little bit. They wanted a 7/8 hole. Quarter I did use on the front and back. 7/8 in the center. I used a 1/2 inch one. That's all the bigger I had for a metal drill bit. But I could have used the hole saw, but that's a pain in the freaking butt, so I didn't bother doing that. And there you can see the holes that we do have in. Clean up the shavings a little bit and ream out the holes a little bit, and then we can install it. I think I might have to come up with a little bit of an original way to mount these, because they only sent screws and these little washers, because this is technically a semi replacement kit. So, but it does come with the whole wiring kit as well, so it doesn't make too much sense. I could have actually gotten away with, and I didn't notice it at the time, and it sucks, but I could have gotten away with not even drilling holes and probably just sinking these in right off the bat, but whatever, it's done now. We have holes in. I obviously had to drill a hole for the wire, so it is what it is, but I might use some like sort of anchor to anchor it in there. One of the holes actually slipped on me and got a little bigger, so that might be an issue, but we'll figure it out. And I know we're going to be putting some silicone on it, so we'll see what we can do. And the wiring should be straightforward. They have all this splice connection wiring bull crap here, which I don't think we need. I got the whole harness, everything's tied together. We got a ground and a power, so we are good to go. And we'll keep rolling with this, get these lights mounted and see how they look, and wire everything up, and then put everything back together. So first things first, we got to try and figure something out to get these mounted. I have officially found the perfect setup for this. I found some shorter screws with washers and nuts, and this is going to work great for the simple fact a normal kit I think uses expandable like anchors, and they expand when you tighten it. I'm not really a huge fan of those, because if you over tighten then you're kind of screwed. These, however, you can tighten them as much as you want until you break the light probably. So we're really going to be able to get these seated good and nice and flat with the roof or the curvature of the roof. And I am going to be putting some really good caulking up there as well, just around the holes. So we should be good to go. And then after we're all done, we'll check for leaks and go through all that. So we're going to get rolling. We're losing daylight, which I could move the truck in the shop here, but it'd just be better if we could get it done. So I'm going to try and get all these mounted quick, and then I will go through the wiring and see what we got to do with that. So let's go. Well, I officially ran out of daylight, but I did manage to get them all mounted. And I know it's hard to see, but you can see they are all mounted. And oh my gosh, I'm just over it at this point. But I was trying to drill up through, because this stupid plate that they have hanging out over is just problematic. Just was causing me tons of issues. You can see right there I have everything coming through, and obviously these should have been the other way, like the wiring right, where is it? These things right here should have been poked up through, but that's not how I'm doing it. So I'm just gonna do it my way, and however you guys want to do it, that is perfectly fine. Everybody's going to do it differently. There's plenty of different ways to do it. But with that being said, the second hole on those 3 lights obviously came down through here. Well, I tried drilling a bigger hole, and the drill bit caught and shoved it up into the roof. And as you can see, it made a little bit of a dent, which doesn't look bad from up here, but when you get down below, it looked like shit. But I think the light's going to kind of hide it and you won't even see it, is what I'm hoping. So I will have to judge that tomorrow in the daylight. But what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to quit, call it a night, and probably move the truck. But obviously, like I said, I don't think the camera's picking it up, so I do apologize for that. But you will see it tomorrow in the daytime. And just looking at it now, just sitting there, it does look kind of really nice. So I'm gonna let everything sit the way it is, back it out of here, clean everything up for the night, and basically at that point the caulking will have time to set up and everything. And then tomorrow I'll be able to check for leaks, spray the whole top, make sure nothing leaks, and if nothing leaks, then we are golden and good to go and roll with the wiring, and then we can figure all that out. So hopefully tomorrow goes a little bit better and we don't have to mechanize as much, but I guess you got to take what you can get. I had a couple choices here. I could have went and did what I did obviously now, or I could have got the Mopar OEM kit, and I think they send everything you need, and probably could have done it that way, but then I'm spending an additional probably $90 till you buy that kit, 90 to $100, and then this kit cost me like $150. Now, granted, the other kit would have came with the $30 template that I bought, so $60. I don't know. Is it worth it doing it now? Yeah, probably, but whatever. It is what it is, so I will see you guys tomorrow.